Hello and welcome to Let's Play Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2 was brought to us in 2004 by Treyarch and Activision, released on the Gamecube, Xbox, PS2, and the PC. Well, as you can see, it automatically loads your last save file. I just got this game in the mail this morning, and was so excited that I played for, I think 5 hours, 6 hours straight. This game was the very first game I ever bought for the GameCube, back when I was in, elementary school, and I loved it. I was a huge fan of Spider-Man as a kid, still am. Spider-Man is my favorite superhero, and I remember the first day I ever got this game back as a kid. I played it for so long, and I played it so feverishly that I rubbed my left thumb raw on my GameCube analog stick and couldn't play my video games for a week because I had to let my thumb heal with a bandage on it. That is how much I played this game, and I was so happy that I got another copy because since then it was utterly destroyed by my less than intelligent, sometimes younger brothers back then, and I was very sad about that. But got another copy, and I'm really excited to get this one started, so I could have pressed R. Let's start a new game. There is something that you can do here in the name selection screen, and we'll get to that another time. I hit the wrong button. Any unsaved progress? Do this again. It's a very nice menu screen. Okay, there we go. Loading. Loading. Loading again. It was loading a loading screen.
This is my story. It's the usual thing. Boy meets girl, boy loses girl, boy meets another girl. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Don't think my life is all flowers and romance, though. I wish. More and more my life is spent out here, fighting some of the worst the city has to offer. Sometimes it's just a mugger, sometimes it's a bigger problem. This is the city I protect, New York City. It's my home, my playground, my responsibility. And this is Mary Jane, the girl next door, the girl I love. But love is a tricky thing when you live part of your life behind a mask. Fate handed me amazing powers, and I made a promise to use those powers to help people. With great power comes great responsibility. No matter how much I might wish things were different, there's only one Spider-Man.
Got a nice little slow-mo zoom in. Gonna change some options here real quick because they invert the up, down, left, right automatically, so you have to turn invert on so that the controls go back to normal. So I'm gonna let the very talented Bruce Campbell introduce the game as the narrator before I start yapping on, because he has a much better voice than I do.
Well, sequel time already, huh? Welcome back, I guess. I'm sure you miss me more than I missed you. Anyway, things have changed around here since last time, so they dragged me back at great expense to explain what's up. First things first. You're not much of a wall crawler if you can't, you know, stick to walls. So here's what you do. You walk or run into a wall and hold the grab button. Voila, you stick to the wall. It works when you're swinging or jumping, too.
Okay, so yeah, I'm kind of goofing off here. But yeah, you can hold X while moving towards a wall and you'll stick to it.
Moving right along, let's talk jumping. Hold down the jump button and you'll charge your jump. This yellow bar shows how strong your jump will be when you let go of the button. You got it? You sure? You don't actually jump until you've let go of the jump button. Okay? Now go jump in a lake. If you tap the jump button, you'll just do a little hop. A little hop. That's because you didn't charge your jump. Am I going too fast for you?
Aw, Bruce, come on, be nice. Okay, before we continue. Aw, damn
Let's
it.
get this show on the road. See that little doohickey? That's your destination marker, and it tells you how to get where you need to go. Clever, huh? When it's in the middle of the screen, you know you're heading towards your goal. Easy, right? All right, stop there for a second and look at your map. See it there? That red thing in the center is you, and the blue dot is your destination marker. The line that connects each dot to the map represents how high off the ground that particular thing is. Oh, that makes sense, right? Yeah, sure it does.
Bruce sure can talk. Okay, so I've been trying to remember this whole time. Okay, while you can hold X and move towards a wall to stick to it, you can also hold L, which is the run, charge, turbo, whatever button, the sprint button, and hold X, and you will run up a wall. You can run up and over walls a certain distance, and you can upgrade the amount of time that you can crawl. You can also hold down the sprint button and you'll crawl faster. You can also charge jump while you are sticking to a wall, and C-stick moves the camera. We want to go over there, but first... Oh no, wait. Yes, there is a hint token over here.
You can jump the gap between these two towers by charging your jump. Charge jumping is easy and fun. You should be doing it all the time. Seriously. No.
I won't be getting all the hint tokens and the tokens that are scattered around this large reproduction of New York City. There is a lot of them, and I have never found them all. It is very long and tedious work.
Once you get to that blue destination marker, I'll let you loose on the city. Or I'll give you a lollipop. I haven't decided yet.
I'm not going to always be quiet for him because sometimes he just kind of cuts in, but yeah.
Everything's broken into chapters, and every chapter opens with one of these nifty little slow-mo things. Those words zipping by under the chapter title are the items on your to-do list, so get busy. Okay, so the next thing I want you to do is jump off the building. I mean it, just jump. Hey, I wouldn't tell you to do something dangerous and life-threatening, would I? Come on.
Yeah, when has Bruce ever steered us wrong?
You always do what people tell you.
Yes.
You know, there's a word for that. Loser. So what now, wise guy? Just a little friendly advice, before you die, that is. You're going to want to shoot a web line to save yourself. Push the control stick in the direction you want to go, then press the swing button. Oh, by the way, it'll only work if there's something swingable in range. Okie dokie.
I don't feel like pressing the swing button. Bruce has been mean to us. I think I'm just gonna, keep falling. Let's see what happens. Going kind of slow. Spidey likes spinning.
Any time now, that pavement's not getting any softer. Hit this swing button, will ya? Ouch! I would work on that landing. Remember, it isn't falling that hurts you, it's the sudden stop at the end.
It's also what wakes you up when you're dreaming. Okay, this time we'll listen.
Just a little friendly...
There we
Great,
go.
you made it. Now let me tell you a little about swinging. Every time you press the swing button, you'll shoot a new web line. Now there's all kinds of fancy stuff you can do, but let's take baby steps.
We start out with minimal powers, but we get
Now
more
that you're
power-ups
out
as
and
we go.
about, why don't you swing around for a while? You know, do your thing. I'll check up on you later. You're fine. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Looks like we did that too quickly. But I'm really just trying to get these for the points.
You know, there's over 200 hint markers scattered around the city. And if you actually manage to hit them all, I'll be impressed, because that means you need a lot of help.
And that is the reason why we are not looking for all of these. There are over 200 of them, and as such, even finding all of them really only nets you about 2,000 hero points and whatever he's talking about, because I've never had the time to find them all. I'm gonna get speed swing level 1 because we're gonna have to come back here and get it later anyway. And we're just gonna swing around for a bit until Bruce feels that he wants to talk to us again. We're gonna hang out right here because something happens here. Spider-Man 2 was the... I'm gonna pause it because I know a scene's about to happen. Spider-Man 2 was the first Spider-Man game to have free roam through the entire island of the entire New York City, and it had new physics for the swinging mechanic.
Okay, I'm back. For the next lesson, let's talk about... Hey, what's going on down there?
It was the first one to use the swing mechanic, and I believe it was the first one to render it. It rendered it in 3D space,
got held up and the
which is what made it different from
what are you gonna do about
Spider-Man 1.
Looks like playtime is over.
Let's chase these
Put
guys
all the
now.
stuff you've learned together and get into action.
Come on.
Swing after the car. Use the destination marker in your map. Looks like the
There we go.
robbers are escaping on foot. Go teach them
And
about
I found the most effective way
by
to fight
feeding
is
snot on
to
I mean,
uppercut
this
them.
isn't civics class. What do you expect?
and just do that over and over again.
Whoa! The Spider-Man! Oh, yo, that's cool.
I think he threw a rock at us.
Want to see something cool? Sprint after that last run.
Yeah, he pretty much just
Hold
tells
the
you
sprint
what I was
button
just
while
talking
you
about.
Run, then hold attack when you get up to the thug. That move is called a sprint uppercut.
Heads up!
Nice going. Now get back to the arcade owner. You know, you should check out some of the games he's got too.
What Bruce Campbell just said right there is a very good point. You should make a mark of where this is because some of the games are quite fun and you get an award for playing them.
Thanks, Spider-Man. Listen, if you ever want to play some games, come on by. It's on the house.
Bring up your Zoom.
Let me play video games.
Great. This map is real useful.
Video
Some
games.
destination markers and all kinds of other useful locations on it. Check it out when you get lost. But you'll never get lost.
We will
I
come
know.
back here later on.
What's next? Let me check my list here. Go buy a swing speed upgrade at the store. Which you've already done because you're a go-getter. All right? Just move right along.
And the game does provide that if you already get the swing level like I did.
The city's been quiet lately. Maybe my luck's finally changing.
Ooh, should never say that. These fully rendered scenes or pre-rendered scenes are really good, but sometimes when they actually show human faces, they look kind of weird. As you could probably hear by now, Tobey Maguire, Kirsten Dunst, and Alfred Molina all reprise their roles in this game. As you'll see soon, we get a look at Alfred Molina's character, Dr. Otto Octavius.
Isn't it beautiful, Rosie?
See what I mean by
This
looking
will
a
be
little
my
weird?
gift to the world. Unlimited energy. The power of a sun harnessed for the good of all mankind.
Don't forget the good of Otto. Eat something. The world will still be here in half an hour.
It's just the hair and the coloring of the skin. It just feels slightly off.